Can we get the engine in my biohazard flooded out Chevy Silverado to run? Well, maybe not without an intake, but she cranks great, and we discovered in the last video that the rods aren't bent and it has perfect oil pressure. Now, I think that tells us that this truck was not running when it went into the water, and big thanks to all of you guys who are trying to solve this mystery. I've gotten a ton of emails and pictures and videos, and some of these had me really excited, like this one that looks like my truck, but if you zoom in, it has different wheels. And this video, man, I thought this was it, but it's not a four-door.
Officials say the driver was stuck in the vehicle because he had to keep his foot on the brake to keep it from sinking.
So we haven't figured out the mystery quite yet, but after stealing some parts from my wife's Cadillac Escalade, we have communication with many control modules, and look what just came from GM, more control modules. So this stuff is starting to add up, but hopefully I can keep my head above water here and below budget, so let's get to work. All right, so this has been a part that I have been impatiently waiting for from GM. It's a body control module, and I do think that this is hindering some of the CAN communication. If you guys saw the last video, there were many modules not communicating, and they communicate via a controller area network. So I'm hoping that we can do it with the BCM. So let's plug this thing in. It takes just a few minutes. All right, she's in. This connector is white, right? No, they call it natural. GM says it's natural. It's kind of weird. All right, we got blue, green, all these make sense. They call this pink, although it looks purple to me. I don't know. Is this pink or purple or lavender? Either way, it's getting clicked in. All right, we got a BCM. Now, this does require some coding, which is normally dealer only. You'd have to literally tow your vehicle there if it doesn't start, and it would cost many, many hundreds of dollars, and on a flood car, they might not even work on it. But we may have figured out a hack. So we went to this GM website, and I'll link this down below. And so now for $45 for the next 2 years on just this vehicle, we can code certain modules. So we're just using like a $250 shop laptop here, and then a USB connector to a J2534 programming device. So you can find these on the internet, and that means now we can connect to our OBD2 port, and we'll go key on, connect to vehicle. I had some issues with this, so I used my normal VCMI. Again, you can get this stuff online for cheap if you don't have an Autel system like I do, but here we are connected. And so we're gonna go into body control module. We're gonna select programming. Here we go. Yes, proceed. We're in. Always wanted to say that. Because this read the VIN, it knows all of our RPO codes and options. So we'll hit next, start programming. Bzz, bzz. That's the sound of programming. All right, we are writing the ECU. We got 15 minutes. Hey, you guys remember how the wipers were stuck on? I had pulled the fuse while we worked on everything else, but the fuse is back in, and they just went into their rest position. We got some lights working. All sorts of stuff should start working after the BCM is connected. We had no BCM, like no communication. It was fried, and now we have a good one. Oh man, the car's going crazy. Oh, look at this, it's flashing. I think it's doing checks while it programs. Oh, look at this, guys. We have accurate gauges. See that? Before it wasn't reading anything, so the voltage seems accurate. We got dome lights in the back. Oh, it's asking us the odometer reading. Look at this. We have to program the mileage, so I thought that was gonna be for the cluster too. I ordered a new cluster for the truck, and we gave him the mileage, 55225. And we got that off the Carfax right before it had its little accident, so it's accurate. Okay, here we go. So this is not our new cluster just yet. This is the used one that had like 143,000 miles, so that's probably not gonna change. All right, here we go, turn off and turn on. So turn off, turn on. I think we're good. It passed. Yay! Now that this is programmed, let's see what else is communicating, and then let's go press some buttons and see what works. Fault scanner, let's see what we got. Oh yeah. Do we have anything that's, oh my gosh, guys. A lot of the stuff that it's not communicating with, which is great, we just don't have plugged in. Look at that, BCM in the house. All right, let's see what works and doesn't work. So something that was important was before, yeah, nice. This would just go into reverse and drive and everything without you hitting the brake. And now that is fixed. We didn't have a horn. We have a horn. Sounds a little weird, but it was underwater. What do you want? Oh, do we have heated steering wheel? This is like such a great option. Oh man, doesn't work. These buttons could be bad. Darn. All right, but all of this stuff works. Okay, let's see. Do the wipers function properly now? Oh yeah. There we go. Now we turn them off. And they stay off. Sweet. Oh, headlights. We didn't have headlights before. Here we go. Oh, we have headlights. Yes. And high beams. Awesome. Fog lights? Yes. Dude, how did these lights survive? This thing was underwater. Oh, and you want to see something? Look at the headliner. We can kind of see the water line right there. And so, yeah, I think that's how far it got. Although they drew the flood line there, who knows? The insurance guy could have got there after they started pulling it out. But our headliner doesn't look messed up here, which means that my boat ramp theory would make sense. If the line is right there, that means the back was down, picking up the boat, the front end was up. Yeah, that would make perfect sense. But seriously, almost all of this entire truck would have been underwater because we know the water got all the way up to the dash, so it was just on an angle like that. But we are going to revive this thing. It's gonna drive again, I think. I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm jinxing myself, knock on Silverado, who knows? So this truck has a rear sliding window in the back. Oh, it works. No way, that is such a cool feature. Oh, nice. I love this thing. There's no way. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. None of this stuff works either, does it? No. We can't communicate with the HVAC either. All right, this stuff's fried. We got a bunch of buttons here. This one turns on the bed light. Oh, we got a bed light. Yes, that is a great feature too. I love this thing. Man, I hope I can drive this as my daily. I'd be honored. Frozen auto. Turn traction control on and off. Yeah, that works. Sweet. Let's see, it's got adjustable pedals. That's not working. Okay. Yes. Don't want to mess up my biohazard sticker, but that works. Other ones don't, but I don't have those door panels plugged in, so that could be it. We got windows. Guys, we got so much stuff. This is great. All right, another moment of truth here. Will this crank? So we have the fuel pump disabled because we don't want that to run. We don't know if there's water in the tank. There probably is. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Yes! We got it to crank. Are you kidding me? This is totally gonna work. Oh my God, I gotta do it again. Yeah. So I noticed that we aren't getting any ignition spark, and we just did an immobilizer relearn because we're getting a bunch of codes for that immobilizer system not communicating properly, especially with the different clusters. So we did that, and now everything is checking out. All the control modules have their VIN coded. It's even showing the right mileage. All right, I'll give this a quick crank, see what we got. Oh, we got spark. The battery's getting low, but we have spark, and I'm sure we have fuel. We have the fuel pump, you know, all that stuff disconnected right now. So, you know what? We have to check for water in the fuel system, and you know, yeah, let's do that. Let's get the fuel system all buttoned up, and then we'll get back to all this. Okay, no water here. It's something. It's water. It's definitely water there. I love these connectors, but also kind of hate them. Oh no. What is that? That looks like water. It's water with a little bit of fuel, but mostly water. So this is our charcoal canister, and it actually has a little symbol right here. You can see that. This one goes to the gas tank up here. Oh man, I am hoping that this just got water in it and didn't get in the tank, because that could be bad. We don't know how much fuel is in there. We don't know anything. Let's get this out. All right, that's easy. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, it's fuel and water mixed together for sure. Yeah, mostly water though. Wow, okay. Glad I took this out. How in the world did this not crack? With this much water, you'd think it would have expanded, but it is pretty big. It's, you know, I'm not peeing right now. It's the water, lake water from Frozen Auto, Silverado, whatever we call this thing. Some people said Elsa from Frozen. Tell me you have kids without telling me you have kids. After finding water in the charcoal canister, we have to attack the fuel system, and this is direct injected, which is good and bad. It's a very sealed system, as you can see with all of these stainless metal lines. That is the high pressure fuel pump, and here is our main feed line, which has two connection points, one there and one there. So what I'm trying to say is that this is a very sealed system, but if water did get in those direct injectors, we're gonna be in pretty bad shape. Those are super expensive and they will corrode and just be destroyed. It is very important that this system stays sealed and clean. Let's get this one out, see if we can drain our fuel from here. So this is gonna require our special tool. You guys have seen me use this a couple two tree times. Here in Chicago, people actually use that expression, couple two tree. Yeah, it means, you know, like a couple. Mostly, or three. All right, we're gonna push that in. Should pop right out. There we go. Okay, so this is the low pressure side, so we will get a little squirt of fuel there. Now, hopefully this is actually fuel on my fingers right now. Oh, it is 1000% fuel. Whew, that is a great sign, guys. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Silverado gods. I don't know who to thank right now. I'm just gonna thank my mom. You're always safe thanking your mom. So what we gotta do now is jump the fuel pump, hope that it works, and hope that we just get a ton of fuel out of here. So I wanna take a fuel sample right now into a little water bottle. So I'm going to chug it now. I don't know if I'm gonna make you guys sit through the whole chug, but yeah. Max started up at the end of the chug. Every once in a while we'll be at dinner and my kids will randomly yell, chug it, and you gotta chug whatever's in front of you. So I'm, pretty good at that. Anyway, this is Puritan Spring Water. These guys are super cool. They saw the Frozen Auto series and, it fell in a lake with water. So they're like, hey, do you guys need shop water? And I'm like, yeah, we love water here. So they showed up with a bunch of water. And look at this, they even sent me out a water machine that does hot water and cold water. We officially have an office. Max, how hydrated are you right now?
Hydrated.
Yeah, and when Max is hydrated, the editing is on point. I'm not getting paid by Puritan Springs. One of the guys that works there is just into cars and watches all my videos and was nice enough to do that. So anyway, pretty cool. And now we're gonna fill one of their water bottles with fuel. Oh yeah. We just turned the ignition on. Cool, that's awesome. I heard some clicking going on here. I really wasn't sure if the fuel pump or anything was gonna work, but we just turned the ignition, so it's recognizing something. That's great. Oh, we're gonna do this a couple more times. Timed out. We'll have to wait. Okay. We tried jumping the relay and it won't work for some reason. I mean, could be that this whole thing is corroded and needs to be replaced, but we just have to wait about a minute in between and then we can prime it. There we go. We'll just fill this guy up and get a good sample. I don't know. It's looking a little dark there at the bottom. Well, this is bad news. It has separated. So that is water at the bottom, dirty lake water, I guess, and that's fuel at the top. So we definitely have water in our gas tank. Now, the kind of good news is that I do not think this engine was running by the time water filled the fuel tank. On the first prime, it didn't look like there was any fuel, indicating that the lines were clear. It was just after 3 or 4 primes that we got a little bit of water. So hopefully that was the first time and it didn't hit the fuel injectors because we had the main feed line off. So anyway, regardless, you know what we gotta do? We gotta drop the fuel tank. We gotta see how much water is in there, drain it out, see if anything's rusted, the whole 9 yards. We've done this before. We've dropped a lot of fuel tanks here, like on the Oldsmobile, Fox Body Mustang in the middle of a parking lot, GMC Typhoon in the middle of nowhere, Ohio, the Jeep Wrangler in order to fit a bigger fuel pump, because you gotta turbocharge your Jeep Wrangler, and many other cars if you guys have been around for a while. Hang on 1 minute for today's video sponsor. If you guys are into fantasy sports, you're gonna absolutely love Prize Picks. All you do is pick more or less on at least 2 players for your chance to win 1,000 times your cash. Then you just finalize and hope that your guys perform or underperform in this case. Now, no matter what sports you're into, Prize Picks has you covered. And don't forget, it's still football season. The big game is almost here. Don't miss out on the last football game of the season with Prize Picks. What do you guys think of some of these? Travis Kelce, 62.5 receiving yards. Would you go more or less? I'm gonna go more. AJ Brown, sorry buddy, you're getting a less. And for the big game, Patrick Mahomes only needs 1 passing yard for you to win 1 square. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions like Taco Tuesday, where they discount select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value to your lineup. And the best part is Prize Picks is totally free to download. I'm gonna drop the link down below, and my coupon code LegitStreetCars, that's gonna get you $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup, and you don't even have to win. You're gonna get the 50 bucks no matter what. So take advantage of the deal. Click on the link down below. Now back to a broken blue pickup truck. And no, I'm totally not working on another broken blue pickup truck on the background. Let's get this beauty cover off. All right, one of them's broken. There she is. How much fuel is in you? How much water's in you? Here's our main feed. We'll pop that out. Oh, there we go. Man, that's fuel, guys. That's fuel. I'm hopeful. That's draining from the rail right now, so that's good. Let's get some assistance here. This might be a very, very heavy fuel tank. I don't know how many gallons this is, but sometimes there's options on pickup trucks, and it's usually, 25 or 35 gallons. It's a lot. Okay, I have 2 straps, 15s. Let's get these out of the way completely. Wow, great job, GM, on coating these things. They're perfect. Number 2. Oh. Great strap system. Oh, it's light, guys. It is so light. Oh, is this guy running on E? That'd be kind of cool. Come on down, little buddy. see what you got. There's our filler, so I did disconnect that from the bed. Got some electrical connectors on there. That was easy. Got the other one. It was a pain in the butt, but I got it. And here is the filler neck. We're good, guys. I don't think this has that much. I don't know, maybe a half tank. I don't know. We'll find out. I don't know if I can physically do this. Oh no, I'm not that strong. It comes with one handle, but I do not trust this at all. You got a handle? I got a handle, but I'm not gonna use it. All right. Oh, that is heavy. Whew. We got Max in the mix. There we go. Whew.
Lift with your back and bend with your back.
Something like that. Yeah, it's just the back does it all, really.
Yeah.
You know, starting to think there's more than a half tank. Let's find out. There's all sorts of writing on here. I don't know what that means, but let's take this off. All right, these two can stay. And we got this ring. There we are. What do we have? We have a fuel sending unit with fuel, and it looks shiny and nothing looks rusted. That's awesome. And here's our float arm. Be very nice and careful. Just gonna place this right here. Stay. And it looks normal right now, that's for sure. We might have to let it settle though for a bit. Bought this bad boy, it was like, I don't know, 10 bucks. So we'll suck it right from the bottom, and there's a good chance we have like 15 gallons of fuel in here. So we'll turn it on, and this is great, guys. Yeah, that is straight up water at the bottom. Look at that. Wow. All right. I've really stepped it up though, guys. I've, usually just dump fuel tanks out and I get stuff everywhere and it's a big mess. But I stepped it up. We're gonna do this until we start to see fuel. Fuel's gonna start to look yellow. We're probably hitting a little mix of fuel and water right now because it's getting cloudy. I don't know why, but I'm doing this, like I'm extracting it from somewhere. Oh, here we go. There we go. That looks kind of fuely, but still very watery. All right, let's take a sample. There's some fuel in there. Guys, this is like the best thing I've ever bought. This is great. Here's our first container. You can definitely see the separation at the bottom, but if we light it up with the LSC Ultra Pen Light, you can really see the difference. That's all water. So we're filling up another one right now. And so far, I think that's gonna be a lot less, which makes sense. We're getting all the water off the bottom. Okay, so we went from this to this, basically nothing. I think that is all the water right in this one. I mean, that's usable fuel right there. I'm not gonna risk it on the Silverado, but am I gonna put that in my kid's dirt bike and go-kart? Yeah. Definitely. Well, we got out 20 gallons. I think I'm at the end here. Oh yeah, we're getting it all out. Good to the last drop. Okay, don't want to run this pump dry. We had to move on to another container. But yeah, I'm glad I did because once I tilted this, it was just all water in that one corner. So we are dry. That's great. We can go back together with this tank now. Oh, but you know what we should do? We should empty out our sender because this is all water. Yeah, a lot of water, that's for sure. And okay, cool. Yeah, it looks super clean in there though. We're good. Well, while we got this hole open, I'm gonna pour in some heat and some AMSOIL Performance Improver. They say never to cross streams, but we're gonna see what happens if we cross streams. Here we go. The powers unite. That's about it. We're just gonna put about 5 gallons in here or whatever my container will fit at the gas station. But you could just run the PI. This is a great water remover and antifreeze as well. But powers united. Never cross streams. Ghostbusters. Anyone remember? Not that old. Going back together with our fuel sending unit. Push this guy down like that. Drop our ring down. She's back. Click. Sweet. Click and click. I gotta say, there is some really awesome niceness about modern cars. Like whenever I work on old stuff, this will all be like rusted and corroded, and this is sweet. Good job, new cars. I put 36 gallons in. Just had a little bit of coffee, that's all you need. Just kidding, it's empty. I can manhandle this thing now. She's going up with my pneumatic engine stand. It's foot power, baby. Tank's up, it's strap time. It's nice, modern cars. These were a little rough coming out, so we'll just put a little penetrating oil in there. Bolt still looks good, but if you ever have anything come out like that, just usually dirty threads, maybe a little rust. With the fuel tank done, let's start reassembling our engine. Well, if you guys have been following this series along to check on our ice block, it's gone. It's been really cold here, but it did, I guess, warm up to like 35 for a little bit, but that'll do it, right? Anyway, we gotta get back to putting this engine together, and yeah, the water in the intake. All right, we have reusable gaskets. These are good. I'll do a little cleaning and then this is going back on. Before the intake goes on, we should probably clean up these intake valves. This is a direct injected engine. These aren't too bad, and I've been soaking them in performance improver from AMSOIL, so it should be pretty mushy. This carbon is gonna come off like butter. It's not hard anymore. That's great. All right, awesome. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, this is the same exact kit I used on my CDI diesel Mercedes to clean out the injector seats, and we are gonna use it once again for intake valves. And I've done intake valves a bunch of times. We've done walnut blasting, we've done this chemically with the brushes and everything, so I won't spend too much time on this, but we're gonna use some brushes. I just wanna show you how clean. I'm gonna get one of these. We're just gonna go in by hand with this guy and make sure the valves are closed, and will agitate. You can only clean the ones with the valves closed. Do not do this with the valve open and get a bunch of stuff inside of your cylinders. You don't want that. It'd be like getting a bunch of water in your cylinders and then having it freeze. Who would do that? After using the brush, we're gonna spray some brake clean in here. Now with a rag and some shop air, we're gonna blow some air inside of this one, get all that brake clean out. You can see some of the nastiness. We'll do this a couple times. All right, I've spent about 4 minutes on this and it's looking great. So you can go nuts trying to polish the runner there, but none of that matters. The valve doesn't have any more carbon. It is very, very clean and ready to go. To be honest with you, GM's done a great job with their PCV system on this. So I've seen valves, you know, like on my wife's Cadillac Escalade at 80,000 miles, they weren't even that dirty. This had 55, and the chemicals that we let everything soak in did all the work. So that is great. We are done. I'm gonna move on. We'll clean these all up and get the intake on. All the intake valves are clean, and now it is time for this, our sound insulation underneath the intake. And here is the intake manifold. I've cleaned it out. I've put a little bit of lubricant on the gaskets. These are in excellent condition. They aren't flat or anything. All right, now we have our beauty cover, which does have some more sound insulation. Direct injectors can be kind of loud, so I think that's what they're going for here. Intake time. There we go. Go back to your home with no water. We're gonna install the beauty cover first because it clips into a bunch of stuff back here. So with the beauty cover clipped in the back, now we're gonna slide the intake in. It's like going in a turtle shell. There we are. Yeah, she's landed. All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna last bolt. We're good, we're good. All right, throttle body time. I gave the throttle body a little cleaning, so she is ready to go on like that. Sign this guy up. We are getting there. It's looking like a real engine again. And I got new plugs too. Yeah. This is all buttoned up. Everything is plugged in, and we're gonna move on to some new spark plugs. We're going with some Denso Iridium long life plugs. So the flooded auto, frozen auto, Silverado lasts forever. In you go, Denso, in you go. Always start your spark plugs by hand. Then you can use one of these to save time. Just go slow. And just stop there. And I always mention this with spark plugs, but just look at the box. It'll tell you how much to torque it. So this does not have a crush washer. It's just a taper. So we're gonna do 1/16 of a turn. That's it. So once you bottomed out, that's about it. You can do it with one hand. It's rare to mess up the threads on the head, but just, you don't need too much. I see people with, you know, a ratchet with twice the handle, just cranking on it. Don't do that. We got our spark plug wires going on. Click. Well, after days of drying, our airbox silencer doesn't have any water in it yet, so we'll throw that on the old throttle body. Clip these guys on. Brand spanking new air filter going in. Fingers crossed here for our mass airflow sensor. Hopefully that's still intact. Everything's buttoned up on the air intake. Before we start it, we're gonna get some transmission fluid in there because we are empty. If you guys didn't watch the last one, we had a little bit of water in the transmission pan. It was literally frozen, but we did a flush. We should be good. All right, we have some fresh fuel for this thing. It had fresh water, now it's getting fresh fuel. Yes, okay, there we go. Okay, oh yeah, she's empty. So yeah, we'll put like 5 gallons in here because the fuel pump does kick on when you turn the key, which is pretty cool. We got some used parts from eBay. Oh, and you hear that? You hear that? I just plugged in a used amp and now we get a chime. Yeah, we haven't had any chime yet. Listen to that beautiful chime. Nice. All right, I gotta use one of these that's in way worse condition than mine. Like these buttons are all sticky. Look at that, I can't even press that one. Ah, oh man, this is horrible. I'm returning this. But we got a new screen in, let's see. No, nothing. Okay, it's gonna stop chiming, that can get annoying. All right guys, we're gonna start this thing up, or we're gonna turn the key and see what happens, but oh my God, here we go, here we go, here we go. Is it running? It's running. Oh my gosh. It's so quiet. I wasn't even sure if it was running. Like I felt like it was a hybrid when you turn it forward and it just makes kind of a weird noise, like a humming. Wow. Okay, it's got a little shake to it. Guys, this thing was fully submerged in water. Are you kidding me? A little shake, a little shake. Hopefully it'll, you know, clear up. I shut it down because I heard something leaking under the truck. I'm like, what did I do? Nothing. It's literally just lake water coming out of the exhaust. So a lot of mufflers have weep holes, and there you have it. We're gonna be blowing out some water from the exhaust system. Let's start it up again. Fires right up like a champ. Look at that. We don't even have any belt squeaks or anything, but yeah, she's running a little shaky. Oh, we have power steering. Nice. We got throttle, but yeah, she's running rough. See if it'll clear up. We got an alternator light on. Oh, baby, clear up, clear up. All right. We got a miss. Yeah, it's pretty bad. We gotta figure out what that is. I'm gonna shut her down. I got a little smoke to be expected after an intake cleaning. Look at the water coming out of the exhaust. It's possible this is kind of plugged up. I'm gonna let this drip out for a little bit. But we have a running flooded Silverado. This is amazing. I don't even know how to comprehend this. I should be more excited than I am. This is nuts, guys. Seriously, and I know the videos take time to come out, but in real time, it's been about 1 week since I picked this up at the auction. This is insane. Man, you guys ever seafoam a car? This is that, but to the extreme. Oh my gosh, we got the fan trying to battle the wind. I don't know what that's doing. It's starting to clear up though. Oh yeah. This just looks cool with all the smoke. Chevy Silverado Z71. All right, we got the big boy now. Not messing around. Oh, it's sucking all the smoke out. Woo! So we're still on the used cluster and the center screen doesn't work anymore, so that's weird. She's running great though. Look at that. We're starting to get a little temperature in the engine, great oil pressure. These lights are always on the check engine light. I think that just has to do with the fact that this isn't the right cluster, but we're getting like 14.7 volts at the alternator, so we're good. All right guys, we're far from driving this thing. You know, I gotta try out the old trans. Let's see, I'm on the brake. It's in 2-wheel drive. Let's see, oh! No way, it's spinning. Well, let's try reverse. All right. Yes. Dare we try 4-wheel drive? I think we should. All right, here we go. It's flashing, solid, okay. Here we go. Yes. Oh, we got 4-wheel drive too. Are you kidding me? No way! I don't know if I mentioned this. So this truck was $5,300, but there's a bunch of fees at these auctions. You gotta be careful. So there was $1,200 in fees, and I have a dealer license, so there'd be even more if you were paying someone to do this for you. But I have $6,500 into this truck, which is still, I think, a fantastic deal if it runs and drives. I mean, it looks mint. Ah! And it almost does run and drive right now. So we got obviously still a ton of work to do. It is very, very late. I gotta let the smoke clear. I think I'm gonna pass out, but we're back at it. We're back at it tomorrow. One more start. It's so nice. It runs great now. It's totally cleared up. Wow. So I'm gonna take things one step further under the hood here. We're gonna add a little bit of dielectric grease. So we're just gonna take this grease directly on the pins like that and around. And then we'll just go ahead, plug it back in. There we go. And a common misconception is that dielectric grease increases connectivity of two electrical parts. It doesn't, it's dielectric grease. This is an insulator. We're just keeping the pins from connecting to each other. We don't want that. That means they're shorting. So this is also gonna make that seal even more weatherproof. Never mind. I spoke too soon. It is still shaking. Yeah, all right, well, it's getting late. Let's call it a night. Well, it's the next morning, and I've had time to ponder what happened last night and come up with a game plan right now for the Silverado because we still have that misfire. We don't know if the cooling system works. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill the transfer case and the differentials now that we know that everything kind of works. And yes, it's okay to spin them, you know, 1 revolution with no oil. There's no hydraulics or a pump or anything like that. But anyway, we're gonna fill these now that we know they're good. And then we gotta diagnose this misfire and let this engine run and warm up. And I wanna know if we are 100% mechanically sorted. So right now I'm pumping in our AMSOIL fully synthetic transmission fluid. That's what this guy takes. And then we'll move on to the differentials. Once it starts draining out, you know you're full And we'll put our fill plug back in like so. Transfer case is done. You see the skid plate right here? That's a Z71 option. Z71. Differentials are getting the severe gear fluid, and these squeeze pouches are amazing. No special tools required. Just a good squeeze with your hand, good to the last drop. There we go. All right, and look at the fill plug on this thing. It's massive. Sweet, click. I don't know if this is Z71 specific or if you even consider this a skid plate, but it's got that and that, an electric power steering skid plate. Last up is the rear differential. Drink up, buddy. Rear diff is full. We are good here. Don't mind me, I'm just mopping up lake water from the shop floor. And after this, we're gonna fire it up, see if it runs any better this morning. God, hopefully it's nothing too serious. These did have lifter issues, and who knows if an injector went bad. We're gonna find out. All right, first start here in the morning. Fires right up. Oh yeah. Sounds great, little shake. No smoke yet, but you can hear it. It's definitely got a miss. It's starting to clear up a little bit, and the coolant temp is almost in the middle there at 210. Curious to see if these fans work. No fan action just yet. All right, this is looking pretty cut and dry. Cylinder 6 misfire counter just keeps on going up. Oh yeah, lots of misfires. Okay, let's shut it down. Okay, well, we're reading 2,000 ohms on this spark plug wire. That is a lot. I just ordered a new one. And what are we gonna get? Yeah, that is way more like it. Okay, our spark plug looks fine. They're all brand new. So now we're gonna have brand new spark plug wires too. Sweet, hopefully this fixes it, it should. All right, we have our new spark plug wire going in. Click, nice click. The coils are under these covers. You can't see them, but you can feel them and you can hear them. There we go. Okay, I fire in the hole again. Good start. Oh yeah, this looks smooth now, guys. Before it was shaking around pretty noticeably. And what do we got? Zero across the board, no misfires. Awesome. You know I'm treating my baby with all new plug wires, so who knows what happened when that thing was frozen. I don't know, expanded in there, cut the wire. I don't know, I don't care, but we're good. I swear these fans were just on a moment ago. Come back to me, they were working. Oh, come on, yeah! Woo, we got fans. Oh, it's so nice. All right. Yes, we got it. Sometimes fans look like that when they first kick on. That's normal. And I mean, just look at these gauges, people. Just perfect. Woo. I don't know. This engine sounds a little weird to me. Like maybe there's a bearing issue. Listen to this. Yeah. It's a little whiny, which could definitely have been water getting inside of one of the idler bearings or the tensioner bearing or something. Let's take a belt off. Okay, I have the belt off the crank. Let's see if there's any difference. No. That's the same. There's actually 2 more belts on this, so we gotta keep going. I just took off the AC compressor belt. Let's see, that's my next, yeah, oh yeah. This is bad. Oh, you can hear that. Yeah, and it's a little rusty. I was kind of suspecting we'd need to fix this, but because this bearing didn't wear out due to high mileage, it just got water in it, I'm going to try something that could potentially be a free fix because the compressor on this truck, I think it's like $400. Okay, there we go. It fell to the ground. With the bolt out, we should be able to take apart the clutch for the compressor and the bearing. Come on, shimmy off. I got this loose. Should be able to get this off now. There we go. So next we have a snap ring, and I don't have any pliers that'll fit this, but we should be able to snake it out. Yeah, there we go. Big ones are easier to take off. There we go. Now we can take this off. And this is the bearing. This is the AC clutch bearing, and that's all that's bad here. Let's go see if we can fix it. So there's a seal here, and there's a seal here, and there's grease inside. So we're gonna try and gently pop this seal out like that. Yeah, you can see a little water got in there. It's just a little rusty. That's all. So behind this plastic cage are the ball bearings, but I don't want to risk ruining this cage to get it out. We don't really need to either. We're just gonna use a little bit of brake clean. Yeah, you can see all that rust coming out. Oh yeah. Woo, she's dirty. Little compressed air. All right, we're making a mess here, aren't we? All right, let's clean a little and see. It's getting better. You can still kind of feel a little grit in there though. Oh man, woo! That's what lake water will do to your bearings. After a few minutes of cleaning, this is spinning much, much better. You can still hear a little drag because there's no grease in it. We're gonna fix that though with some synthetic wheel bearing grease, high temp stuff. All right, let's get some grease in this guy. We're just gonna kind of pack it in there by hand, just like that, and push it in as much as you can. We're getting right past the ball bearings right now. Get in there. I have this all packed in, and this is feeling great, and most importantly, it's sounding great. You don't really hear much of anything. That's what you want. Now we'll put our seal back in. This is just a very gentle press fit, just like that. Let's make sure it's even all the way. All right, we rebuilt a bearing. Great. The rest of everything looks good, so we can just slide this on. Oh yeah, feels so nice. Next we have our C-clip. All right, we'll work this thing on there. Okay, yep, that's it. There's a little washer that you could lose. It goes in there. That slides on. Little Loctite. Never going anywhere, are you? This is a stretch belt, meaning there is no belt tensioner. So we're gonna put it on the crank. And this takes a little finesse, but you can eventually get it on the AC compressor. Crank the engine. Come on, baby. Gotta be quick about it. Yeah, oh, almost. Almost. Yeah, almost there. Come on, baby. One more rib. Okay, sometimes you gotta get the pry bar in there. Shift it, and we're good. Okay, we're back on. Sweet. All right, let's see what she sounds like. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Oh yeah. That's mint. We totally fixed it. You can fix bearings in 2025. A lot of people don't rebuild stuff anymore, but in this case, you can do it. It's now or never, people. This is a good time to see what CD is stuck in here because I have a new one. This does not work at all. Max says it's a Metallica CD.
That is my guess.
And he thinks it's because of this red line. He's never seen another red line CD that's not Metallica. Now, I don't know whose truck this was, but he's a fisherman from Wisconsin. He bought it new in 2015, so he's gotta be kind of older. I mean, it's like a really expensive truck back then, 10 years ago. I'm gonna go with either Bruce Springsteen or John Cougar Mellencamp. That's what I think Wisconsin fishermen are listening to. Just, they're bass fishing away, and it's just...
you know, there might be some like George Strait.
I mean, yeah, that's right up there.
John Denver.
Yeah. Let's not get crazy, Max. I mean, come on. I don't want to ruin the CD. I want to give it back to this guy if we ever find him, but I also don't want to spend 4 hours disassembling this CD player. All right, we're getting violent. Sorry, John Cougar. Is John Cougar Mellencamp's like middle name really Cougar? Or was that just something his like publicity PR people were like, people are into Cougars these days?
Maybe they were like, Wildcat doesn't sound good.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
You gotta take those screws out in the front.
These two?
No.
Those are
rivets or screws.
Oh, no, they are regular. Well, that one's weird. That's a different one?
It's like a star. That was a Phillips.
What?
Unless it got damaged.
Has someone been in here before? Maybe this is a one-in-one Mellencamp CD. All right, we have to go to the toolbox and get some tools. That's what we have at the box. Next.
We'll be the holder of the screws.
I'll rescue you, John, or Metallica. Here we go, people. Yeah, this was bad. Oh, we can see writing in there. Hold on, what does it say? We might be able to tell.
Come on.
Just What I Needed is the third song on the album.
Just what I needed.
Just What I Needed, third song on the album. Come on, take a guess. There's no way anyone's gonna get this. All right, hold on. First song on the album, Good Times Roll. Let the good times roll? Oh, it's the Cars. It's the Cars. We were both wrong. But that is very, like, potentially 50s-ish Wisconsin fisherman, or myself. I like the Cars, too. Let the good times roll. I'm in touch.
Unless it's a cover by Metallica.
Yes. There's only 6 songs on this CD. I'm gonna put this in my Oldsmobile and listen to it. Well, if we pry this up, maybe we can get this out without damaging it. Get out of here, CD player spinner, my bobber. Oh, she wants to come out. Oh, there we go. Yes, undamaged. Woo, look at that, the Cars. Oh no, there's 9 songs, sweet. It's got a little mold. Nothing some steam can't take care of, and a little wipe. They say when you clean a CD to wipe out. Don't ever just go like this, wipe out. Oh man, I don't know if I can get that out.
Yeah, I'm from the era where we had to clean seats with toothpaste.
With toothpaste?
Yeah, you put toothpaste on it, and then supposedly you're supposed to hold it in the toilet when you flush it, and it'll like spin all the toothpaste off, but it like fixes.
Max, I think it's pretty safe to say you've been lied to, boy.
Well,
that is not a thing. I can't get that one spot out.
toothpaste.
All right, anyway. Eventually, I plan on driving this to Wisconsin if we figure out what boat launch location it was, and then we'll have hopefully a CD player working in there, and we'll try out the car's CD. Guys, I cannot express how happy I am about this. We have the Silverado running. It seems to be mechanically sorted, although we don't know if the transmission is going to shift properly. But in the next video, we're definitely gonna try and find out. I have a bunch of electronics coming from the dealership, and we're gonna finish cleaning the interior. We're gonna reassemble everything and go, hopefully, for our first drive. And I did find some more information on what happened with this whole accident, which you guys are gonna learn about in the next video, and we may even be driving to the scene of when this thing went into a lake. Little hint, it did go into a lake. It's probably exactly what you guys thought. But anyway, that is for the next video. Thank you so much for watching this one. I hope you guys are really enjoying the Silverado series. If you are, give it a big thumbs up, share the video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's a little button down there, it's free, it really helps me out. But most importantly, have a fantastic day, and I'll catch all of you in the next video. The battery's getting low, but we have spark. Oh my. Seriously, air compressor. Trying to film a show here. To clean out injectors, not injectors at all. Okay. Well, it's the next morning. And I've had time to ponder. All right, well, it's the next morning and I've had time to ponder.